And we say good morning to you. We are live. We welcome you aboard here. We is here ready to roll for show number 649 of the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Again, we're live here at Champion Chevrolet inside the studio, inside the showroom. Won't do it yet, but I'm going to do it here a little bit later on. I'm going to show you this unbelievably tall tree. Dave Angie, how tall is that tree?
That tree is tall. I'm a tall fellow myself. I would estimate that at about, what would you say, about 15 feet, 20 feet? I mean, it's about,
I was looking for a really concise mathematical. That's a big tree over, Tom. That's big. That's big. Big, big,
that
big.
is. Didn't bring my tape measure, but I'm telling you, you got to come down here. Folks need to come down here and see it. That's
beautiful.
They need to come down and see it for themselves. You can show it on video, but it's one of those. It's the tallest tree I've seen in a while, and yeah, you come down here, you save some money on the car while you're at it. So,
absolutely.
Yeah.
We're going to have Andy on coming up here in a little while. Mr. Dietrich, how tall is that tree? 16 feet tall. Did it really?
6 guys.
6 guys in the forklift. Who got up on top and put the star? Mr. Copenhagen or Kristen, or who put the? you just threw Brian up there, and he in motion dropped the star on top of the tree and came back down. That is sweet.
Yeah.
He's parked. Oh, I love. He's not here. Yeah, he's off today. I love coming over. These guys are great. So anyway, we're here at Champion Chevrolet inside the studio, inside the showroom here on the Bristol Highway Motor Mile in Johnson. See, it is Pearl Harbor Day. Before we get started, Dave's going to give us the verse of the day, but it is Pearl Harbor Day. Pearl Harbor Day happened on this day back in 1941. We can never let that go away. We always have to remember that. Tim told me this summer he went to Hawaii and went to the Pearl Harbor Monument. Tim, did you say the oil still keeps bubbling up? It's unbelievable. So today is Pearl Harbor Day when they sank our ships, and so Tim said that they still have bubbles still oozing up, which is incredible. It was back 1941, 2017. What is that?
76 years.
76 years.
Yep.
He was right on top of that one. 76 years ago.
Well, you got on me earlier about.
I did.
Yeah.
For numbers.
Yep. So
You're
I corrected
right.
quickly.
You got it. He bounced back. He came around quick. I like that. So anyway, the series of raids in the Pacific, the Imperial Japan's Navy launching a preemptive attack on the United States Navy base at Pearl Harbor, killing 2,400 of our folks, about half of them on the battleship USS Arizona. And so today is Pearl Harbor Day. We will, at least me, my father served United States Marine Corps, Semper Fi in the Pacific Theater. I will never let this date go away. And so 76 years ago, we got thrown into World War II, and of course, as we normally do, the United States had to settle things our own way and won the war. So that's what got it all started. Birthdays today. Who's having a birthday today?
Larry Bird.
The Birdman.
Larry the legend.
All-time favorite basketball player, 61 years old. Would you consider him being the greatest of all time?
I would not. I would not. But he's right up there. I think he might be the best shooter of all time.
Smooth.
I would give him that. I just think he just wasn't quite as good off the dribble to create that way. But man, oh man, you want to talk about if I had that one player in NBA history to hit a clutch shot for me, that would be the guy, no doubt.
Well, it is his birthday today.
Yep.
Thank you, Jeremiah. It is 11:03. We are here live again. The Birdman, 61 years old today, Larry Bird. And again, for my money, I went back to the night and watched Larry Legend, great DVD about his career. And, he quit Indiana, went to Indiana State.
Yeah.
He quit Indiana, Bobby Knight, went back home to French Lick and was actually riding around on a garbage truck, delivering garbage when, what was the guy's name? Not Gil Hodges. I can see him, cannot remember his name. He's passed away.
Either.
The coach at Indiana State went to him, Bill Hodges maybe, and continued to hound him and said, "Man, come, try it again, try it again, try it again.
Yeah.
Come back. Don't stop your basketball career. Come back and play." And he did, and the rest they say is history. So, anyway, birthday today, Larry Bird. We always dedicate our show to the man who hung on the cross. Unashamedly, I do that. And so, after I went and had a chance to go to the Cove early this week and hang out with a few minutes with Will Graham, and I thought, man. I've been over the top ever since then. However, my man, Mr. Angie, stopped by. We're going to talk a little Tennessee football here in just a second. We do have a verse of the day, and it's out of the book of Isaiah. If you would, please, read our verse of the day.
It's Isaiah 26, 3-4. I will keep you in perfect peace if you will keep your mind steadfast on me and always trust me. I am a rock, and you can always stand on me.
There you go. That's our verse of the day. And our thoughts and prayers go out to, again, this is a sports show, but our thoughts and prayers go out to those folks in California, the wildfires. 200 homes destroyed, and here it is. Anytime's a bad time, but here it is, a couple of weeks before Christmas, and been reading where total devastation. I mean, they lost everything.
Yeah, it's one of those deals where I don't think before last year folks around here really understood what wildfires were like. They have them a lot in the Southwest, and just how quickly they spring up and how quickly they spread, and how fast lives can change with wildfires. We got a little taste of it here, and they're definitely dealing with it out there right now, and it's something I wouldn't wish on anybody.
No. Anytime's a bad time to lose your home, but right before the holidays, and saw an interview of a lady saying, the Christmas tree, I mean, everything, they went back, the winds, they had to get out so quickly within like 2 hours, just had to pick up stuff and go.
Yep.
That's how fast the Santa Ana winds were coming, and so they went back, and there's nothing, totally gone within 2 hours. Everything they worked for their whole life, and everything is gone. So our thoughts and prayers definitely go out with the folks in California, the wildfires, and as they've said and said so well, we've unfortunately experienced that here last year down the road in the Gatlinburg area. Tennessee football, looks like it may be Jeremy Pruitt. Like that, what do you think? Hugh Freeze's name's been batted around in connection with Jeremy Pruitt. Give me the very latest.
It's to me, it's hard to look at this as anything other than they're taking a shot. It's a risk because of the fact that Pruitt's a guy who he's bounced around amongst 3 schools as a defensive coach. No track record as a head coach, which if you remember the prerequisites going in, that was a big one. Of course he is a championship caliber coach because they've won a lot at Alabama. He's also an excellent recruiter. Now, what he does with that remains to be seen. He has even less of a track record coming in than Butch Jones had, because that guy had run programs at a smaller level as a head coach, and that's a different thing. And I trust Phil Fulmer. I think Tennessee fans do at this point because there's a lot of optimism on social media about the hire. People are trusting Phil Fulmer to know what the characteristics of a good head coach are, and he obviously sees it in Pruitt. But this is a guy again who has no track record in terms of running his own program, and it's not like Kirby Smart, because if Kirby Smart was in Alabama for about 10 years or pretty close to that, as a defensive coach there underneath Saban, and really got entrenched in that program and learned the ins and outs of it really well. Pruitt hadn't been there that long, so it'll be interesting to see if he has the same level of success that Smart had.
Again, we're talking, my man Dave Angie stopped by for a few minutes. In fact, I need to get you up on the screen. I apologize. I do not have you on the screen like I should, because you need to be properly identified.
All right, there we
go. You go.
Hey, it's me.
From the News and Neighbor. What's the big story this week in the News and Neighbor? Plug it a little bit.
Selfishly
plug the paper.
There is a lot going on.
There really is.
There's a lot going on. West Walnut Street corridor, they're really working on that, and that's a key area. People talk about the revitalization of downtown, which has been a huge story for everybody in media and everybody who lives here recently. It's been nice to see what they've done with downtown. ETSU has done great work on their campus, new football stadium, new dorms, but in between that you have the West Walnut Street corridor where Firehouse Restaurant is, and some of those places. And what they're doing is there's a master plan being developed right now to just revitalize that area and bring in some retail and bring in some business and really make it to where it connects downtown Johnson City to ETSU. Make it easier and more appealing for students to head down that way and go to the restaurants and the places downtown, and for people to be able to travel back and forth and have a lot to do between point A and point B. And that's a huge key to it, and they're starting to work on that now. They had a meeting on Tuesday, so we're going to have a story on that. The City Commission meets tonight. It could be big news. There's a lot of talk right now on whether Buffalo Valley is going to be shut down at the end of the year, if it's going to be sold, if it's going to remain a golf course, what's going to happen. And we have Gary Gray out there at the commission meeting tonight, and this guy's as good as it gets in terms of reporting government stuff. He wrote the West Walnut Street story. He's writing this one, and could be a lot to talk about here in the next few days in regards to Buffalo Valley.
We're talking to Dave Angie again from the News and Neighbor. Stop by here, and I appreciate that. So let's go back to Jeremy Pruitt for just a second. Excuse me. Florida State's national title-winning defensive coordinator in 2013. Pruitt has held the same job with Georgia for 2 years in 14 and 15, and Alabama for the last 2 years, last year and this year, over the past 4 seasons. Should he come to Tennessee, he would be the 6th former defensive coordinator leading a team in the Southeastern Conference East, the 3rd to hold that role under Nick Saban, Will Muschamp, and Kirby Smart. being the other two. Pruitt's done an excellent job in Alabama this year. The number 4 team in the college football playoff leads the country in scoring defense for the second straight year. Crimson Tide defense was also number 1 in the SEC against the run and red zone scoring conversions. So this guy comes with some pretty good credentials, and I guess the key piece to this is, can he recruit? He had a good job recruiting in Alabama, but Alabama's Alabama, so
yeah.
Can he do the job at Tennessee recruiting-wise?
Yeah, well, the other day you asked me, you said, hey, you want to come over to Chick-fil-A and be on the show? You get free food if you come over here. And it's Chick-fil-A. It's great food. Does that make you a good recruiter that I came? Or is it just because they make good chicken nuggets over there? I mean, that's my analogy. I mean, it's Alabama. You're going to get the best of the best at Alabama. Sure. But to his credit, once they got there, he coached them. I mean, they were a good defense. People have been high on this guy all the way back to his high school coaching career in Alabama. He was, if anybody remembers the show Two-A-Days they had on, I think it was MTV, it was a reality show following Hoover High School, the big powerhouse in Alabama. That's really where he got his start as a coach under Rush Propst down there, a legendary high school coach, and really turned a lot of heads with how well they played against Tim Tebow when he was in high school, 5-star recruit. He was tearing everybody up. Hoover went in with Pruitt running that defense and absolutely shut down that team and got a win against Tim Tebow in high school, which was a rarity. Very few teams ever beat Tebow in high school, and this guy drew up a game plan that kind of contained him and got the job done. And then from there, he's gotten opportunity after opportunity, and obviously he's risen up the ranks. Tennessee's not the only school to see a lot of potential in this guy. Everybody else, he ends up at Alabama, obviously. So, but this is the first school to give him the chance to make that big jump between coordinator and head coach, and that's one where the job description changes vastly from being a coordinator to the guy running the whole thing. And like I say, Phil Fulmer is a guy who's done it and did it very successfully for a lot of years, and if he sees the right stuff in this guy, as a Tennessee fan, you have to trust that. You got to give him a little bit of time and patience.
Defense wins you championships. Do you agree with that analogy? Because obviously Fulmer, it looks like it's a foregone conclusion this guy's been hired, but if he is, obviously their focal point, I would assume, is going to be on defense, head coach being a defensive guru. So the old adage, defense wins you championships, true or false?
I think it's true. There's a lot of focus on offense right now in college football. Ever since the spread came around, you start, especially Big 12 and Pac-12, you start seeing basketball on grass, what they call it. Next thing you know, it's a 64-55 game. You see a few of those happen every now and then. But, at the top levels, by and large, when you see the teams with the great offenses, the Texas Techs, back about a decade ago, and a lot of those teams, when they get to the playoffs, they generally run into a defense, either from the SEC or an ACC, and they get shut down. It's over with, and they have no answer for that. So, yeah, defense does still win championships. Now, the big key here is who he hires as offensive coordinator, because that's going to be the weakness. You have a great defensive mind in there. He's going to understand that side of it, but the offensive coordinator is going to be the key position here to be sure they put up enough points in order to be able to win football games.
T. Martin, I don't think he's coming.
I don't think so. That's a lateral. That might be worse than a lateral move for him, going from USC, where they're at right now, to come over to Tennessee, where they're going to be rebuilding. I mean, if we're being honest about it, the quarterback situation here is pretty murky at the moment. I didn't see much out of anybody that was on the field last year to tell me, okay, well, they got a guy waiting. So, who they hire and what kind of quarterback development they get, that's going to be the big key.
Best quarterback they had down there is now throwing the football for Memphis, Riley Ferguson, but he's gone. So
yeah, there's a few. Was it
Peterman?
Peterman, yeah. He went to Pitt, had a good career there, playing a little bit in the NFL now. So yeah, I've had a few guys over the years who've transferred out and wound up having big careers. But if you look at Josh Dobbs and the success he had at Tennessee, I'll stand behind Butch there. People like to say, all these great quarterbacks transferred out. They would have been sitting behind Dobbs, who would have played. I mean, that guy, great quarterback, and he's also in the NFL. So,
before I let you go, offensive coordinator, we're talking about Hugh Freeze of Ole Miss. He may be coming.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good or bad? Good.
Hire Hugh Freeze. That's the way it is. The guy made a mistake in life, and he's paid for that. He's lost his job. Now you vet him very carefully, like you would with anybody. People had concerns about Schiano, and obviously there's concerns with coaches from time to time. So they have to be sure that they vet him very well, and they're bringing somebody in that's going to help build a good culture there. That's the key right now. It's really fragile, that locker room. They've got a lot of great players. That's the one thing. Butch did not leave this cupboard empty. he left Tennessee in a better place than where he found it. A lot of people will look at the record last season and not agree with that, but the talent he left and what the next coach is going to inherit is much better than what he got after Dooley left. And, so there's going to be a lot to work with. But the key right now, and they got to nip it in the bud and fix it at the moment, is to create a winning culture, and you got to have good people in there to do that. So they got to take a close look there. There's no question about Freeze as an offensive mind. I mean, the guy's just brilliant offensively, and if you can have a guy that was one of the top SEC West head coaches as your offensive coordinator, there's no issues there in terms of his personal behavior, then you take it and you run, and he'll help get him up and going a lot quicker. And this rebuild could be a lot shorter than it would be otherwise if you get a guy of Freeze's caliber.
There you go. Great analogy, great report. Should be made official tomorrow, I'm being told. So,
or this evening. They may get him up there this evening and let him answer a few questions. I know the assistants have been called in from the road. They've been out recruiting, trying to hold the class together. So they're all coming in to be there for this tonight. And now it'll be a known commodity, and he can hit the road and try to salvage this recruiting class.
2 more questions. I'll let you go. Number one, if you're Nick Saban, do you let him go and let him come on up here and coach? You make him hang around for a chance to help Alabama win the national championship? And number 2 question, I'm not hearing much about Butch Jones, where he's landed, if anywhere.
Yeah, Butch is sitting out, and $2.1 million a year. He might be content to do that for a little while. This had to have been really hard on him over the last couple of years as things didn't pan out. They seemed really primed before last season to be a national title contender. Mm-hmm. That didn't work out, and then obviously this season happened. And now for him, it's going to be time to sit down, maybe reevaluate and kind of look at his approach. Maybe reinvent himself to a certain degree. I think he has to. I think all the catchphrases and the coach speak and everything else that drove people crazy. I think he's going to need to reevaluate some of that and see how he wants to handle his next opportunity. It's okay to be fired, but you got to learn something from it.
Sure.
And that's the thing. I think maybe a year off, a chance to kind of learn. I think he'd be excellent on television if he decides to go that route. Like I say, $2.1 million a year. There's not going to be a rush for him to rush into it, just any old job. He's going to have to think about it, and I think he will do that. Talking about Saban, I don't know if it's necessarily his choice, with Pruitt. I think what really messes this up is the early signing date this year. I think Pruitt almost has to come right away and try to shore up this recruiting class, because so much, if you blow through that first date and wait and play in the playoffs and then come in, there's going to be nothing left for the second signing date, the traditional one in February. In years past, you could afford to do that. Now I think he comes right away. He just jumps in. He'll be on the road recruiting tomorrow, I would imagine.
So that's another. See, Lane Kiffin did it. Kirby Smart did it, and now Smart helped him coach last year. Then he took off to Georgia. But this guy, you're right, with the new signing date.
Yeah, he wouldn't have done that if it were this year with the signing date. Smart would have had to have gone, and you just owe that to your new school, because if you stay and coach those early January games, you've missed the signing day. And I'm telling you, this is our first time through on this. But my guess is most of the really good players are going to sign early. Some of them are early enrollees too, so they have to shore up this class.
Great job, man. Thanks
Appreciate
for stopping by.
No, good to be here.
My man Dave Onge for the News and Neighbor. Quick break. We'll be right back. And Steve McCauley's here from the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, and Erskine Anavatarte is in the house as well with his guitar. I'm assuming we'll have a little singing going on here. We'll find out. We'll take a break. We'll be right back here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Blue Lizard Australian sunscreen originated in Australia, where sunscreen standards are the strictest in the world. Although our products are now manufactured here in the U.S., we continue to adhere to the most stringent Australian standards to offer the best in broad-spectrum sun protection. Blue Lizard, the brand most recommended by pediatricians and dermatologists. Our smart bottle turns blue in the presence of UV rays, reminding you to cover up. You bring the sun, Blue Lizard brings the magic.
It's model year closeout with gym employee pricing and 20% off on 17 models at Champion Chevrolet on the Motor Mile in Johnson City. It's a great time to take advantage of closeout savings on our selection of over 300 Chevys to choose from. 17 1500 work truck, $23,995. 17 track, $17,548. 17 cruise, $16,488. 17 spark, $10,950. 17 Malibu, $18,985. Closeout savings, Saturday parts and service hours, and shopping online 24/7 will leave you asking, how do they do that?
Hello, this is Phil Pipkin, owner of Phil's Dream Pit. The holidays are here, and Phil's Dream Pit has the perfect gift idea for you. We have our exclusive Phil's Dream Pit brand of barbecue sauces. 2 16-ounce bottles of original and Sweet Fire in a convenient gift box. A great gift for any coworker, friend, relative. Anyone would love it. And the best part, it's only $10 plus tax. Phil's Dream Pit barbecue sauces, the perfect Christmas gift. Call 349-6437 or at philsdreampit.com. Phil's Dream Pit, the quest for perfect barbecue.
At FCA, we're touching millions one heart at a time. Since 1954, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes has been putting the heart and soul in sports by challenging athletes and coaches to impact the world for Jesus Christ. As the largest sports ministry in the world, FCA now reaches over 2 million people annually on the professional, college, high school, junior high, and youth levels. Through this shared passion for athletics and faith, lives are changed, one heart at a time. Learn more at fca.org.
We're back with the Tom Douglas Sports Show. Look who has showed up. Look who stopped by. I like it. He's sprouting some facial hair, and I like it. Don't shave Macaulay. I like it.
Well, I wanted to be more like Tom Taylor.
Oh, yeah, well.
How can I be more like Tom Taylor?
Well, you left that wide open. You left that one really wide open. So, anyway, Steve stopped by from the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. I like it. So, we're in for a treat here in a few minutes. This young man is getting ready to get his guitar out and getting ready to do a little playing and singing, but gosh, it's been a busy November, December at the FCA. Tell me what's going on.
It's been amazing. We have been ramping up even now new FCAs. Like this morning we were at Unaka High School. They had their third FCA meeting of the year. They've got a new principal, a new coach there that just loves FCA, and we've just been starting to get some traction there, which is a blessing. And they have a monthly meeting. And they're actually talking about doing two times a month and stuff like that. So we had Erskine there do a mini concert. He's going to be on here in a few minutes. A mini concert there this morning, and we had I think official count was probably over 20 students and about 5 teachers and coaches. So it was great for 3 weeks into their
Absolutely.
And tonight he's going to be at ETSU. We're doing a concert in the for the FCA sponsored ETSU huddle there, and he's got an ETSU connection that he'll talk about in a minute. Yesterday we were at Tri-Cities Christian School, and we had an all-school assembly there. It was amazing. We had the whole gymnasium full of Eagles. They had them lined up from the seniors down to the kindergartners. And Erskine got up in front of those 250 kids and teachers and just gave him about a almost hour-long concert, and it was great. And he had kids coming up afterwards talking to him and asking him questions. And so he's a great people person, and he just connects with young and old alike. I mean, he's just a great guy, and we're proud to have him as we love to sponsor him to come in usually once a year, and he does a board. Our FCA leadership board here is going to have a luncheon tomorrow, and Erskine's going to be our featured
performer
speaker, at
whatever.
he speaks and shares and does Christmas music, and we're going to have it's kind of like our blessing on the board year-end thing that we do in December. So, but FCA is going great. I mean, I know we're wrapping up a semester, but we've got all these Arby's Classics and Hardee's Classics and all these things going on, and I know Eddie Pless is going to be on, and just some amazing things going on through sports, through reaching the athletes and the coaches and all whom they influence through the platform of whatever it is, whether it's speaking or music or current events. It's amazing how the Lord is at work, and we need to join Him in it. I love that Henry Blackaby says, "Find out where the Lord is working and join Him in it." And that's why we ask. That's Erskine and I were talking earlier about fundraising. We both have to eat and feed our families and stuff, and we were talking about how great the Lord provides. And I think what God does with people is He sends people cross your path, and
they see what you're doing, what Lord's doing through your ministry, and then they want to support you. And we were talking about George Mueller, the guy back in the 1800s that he'd pray for bread and milk and the truck would break down. You've heard those, the English orphanage, amazing stories about God's faithfulness. And so we just want to rest in that. But we get eager. We want to apply our salesmanship or our marketing or our, social media, and that all helps. And we're thankful for it to get the word out. But at the end of the day, or the bottom line, I hate that end of the day phrase. You hear it too much. But anyway, at the end of it all, the Lord is the one that provides.
Sure.
And I know what I love about you is you dedicate every show to the King of Kings and Lord of Lords, the man who hung on the cross for our sins. And that's, if it's not about that, it's like the Apostle Paul says, if we're not about the gospel and the resurrected Lord, then we're most of all to be pitied of anybody, right? If it ain't true, we're just wasting our time.
We're wasting our time.
So
spinning our wheels.
It's true, and we're proclaiming it, and Erskine's doing it in a very unique way, and we're proud to be part of it. And thank you for letting us come on and share.
Oh, absolutely. That's what it's all about.
So we're doing a lot of mini concerts to get the word out, and we're just loving on students, and we're just having a great time with our ministry. So if people want to get involved, they can go to fcatricities.org, fcatricities.org. And I told one of the kids at Tri-Cities Christian yesterday, I gave him our website. I go, do you know how to spell Tri-Cities? So I think he thought I was serious.
That's our friend Steve. Always making people feel good. Hey, doofus, can you spell Tri-Cities? It's like, yes, I can. So I've been over the top this week. Again, we were at the Cove on Monday. Thanks to Darius Hensley, got a chance to meet Will Graham. Over the top.
Incredible.
And so that's on the front end of the week, and I'm getting ready to hear Erskine Anavitarte come in here and do a little singing before you guys head on up to the Speedway.
We're going up to Bristol Motor Speedway, We're doing a little event for them. And he's a basketballer. He's an ETSU basketballer. I'm sure you'll talk about that a little bit. And he's real excited about the new coach at UT.
Yeah. Jeremy Pruitt.
Yeah. It's great to have an Alabama guy come here.
Oh, boy. You a Bama man?
No, but we were just talking about it.
Oh, yeah. On that note, it's good. Let me bring him up. Let's bring him in here, all right?
All right,
let's
thank
get him
you.
in.
Yeah, Merry Christmas to you.
All right.
Thanks.
Let's make the switch again. We're here live again at Champion Chevrolet. Inside the showroom, inside the studio that they made for us, inside the showroom here at Champion Chevrolet. And let's get Erskine into the seat and ready to go here because we want him to do a Christmas song or two or whatever he wants to do.
All right.
This is totally off the cuff. That's okay. We usually run off the cuff around here. So
I love it.
Hello, Erskine. How you doing, my friend?
Hey, how's it going?
Good.
I'm excited.
Now, tell me a little bit about Erskine, basketballer, East Tennessee State.
Basketball, former basketball standout. No. Isn't that how all the stories work?
Standing outside the locker room.
Exactly.
Yeah. Waiting for the team to come out.
Yeah, once you're a couple of years removed, let the stories get a little bit better.
Like fishing stories.
Exactly.
Fish get bigger.
Exactly.
And you get better every year, right?
So every year that I'm away from my time in college sports, I'm a better player.
There you go. The stories get bigger and better. The night he scored 100 points and 44 rebounds. If you would, please, sir, we always dedicate the show. I think with your pipes, it'd be nice for you to read that verse of the day.
Absolutely.
Out of the book of Isaiah, would you please?
Let's do this. We've got a verse from Isaiah chapter 26, verses 3 and 4, and here's what the word of the Lord says. I will keep you in perfect peace if you will keep your mind steadfast on me and always trust me. I am the rock you can always stand on.
There you go.
The word.
The word. So, before you get, are you going to sing Christmas? What are we going to do here?
You asked for Christmas, and so I'm doing Christmas.
Okay.
I've got to be versatile.
Who's the greatest basketball player of all time, in your humble opinion?
A humble opinion?
Or
I'm not even humble about this. It's Michael Jordan.
MJ. Why? Of course, I get into this argument with people. The reason I say it today.
There's no argument. What are you arguing about?
People say that there's Magic was the best, or Bird was the best, or MJ was the best, or Steph Curry's the best. And I said, no.
Well,
or LeBron.
Well, LeBron is so there's one and then there's 1A. So LeBron is 1A. But then my son was asking me yesterday. He said, "How many championships did Michael Jordan win?" And I said, "Well, there's one hand, and then there's another ring on that." And he said, "How many did LeBron win?" I was like, 3. But one of those is attributed to Ray Allen hitting that three-point shot, and then the other one's attributed to Kyrie Irving hitting that three-point shot. So really, in my mind, he only has one championship that he powered through and won. And so that's historically
It's all about the
accurate.
rings, isn't it?
Accurate.
All about the rings. And if you go from that standpoint, the guy that has all the rings, Bill Russell, the Celtics, I think he's got 10 fingers with rings on them. But MJ, I would think, would be the reason I ask you that's my guy's having a birthday today. My favorite player, Larry Bird, 61. So I always get into the argument of who's the greatest of all time. And
Larry Legend, huh?
Larry Legend, MJ, and then for me, right behind him is Larry Legend. So
There you go.
Anyway,
There you go. I can respect that because, the Bill Russell argument, I understand the championships, but you got to think about the era in which people played. If you were to project in this era, Michael Jordan playing in this era, he would average 45 points a game, and he would have won 9 championships with the rules that they have in the NBA right now. And so, the game does continue to evolve to some extent, but there are some players that are so transcendent that you put them in any age, like Larry Bird. The way that he shot the ball and his basketball IQ would have made him successful in any era. And so I respect that.
And the other argument too is Pistol Pete. The guy averaged 44 points a game without a three-point line.
Yeah,
back
that
in the
was
day,
that was Steph Curry before Steph Curry was.
There you go. Got you. So anyway, Erskine's here. Real quick,
All right.
tell us about you played at East Tennessee State when?
96 through 2000, the Ed DeChellis years.
You were on the team when I called their games.
But yeah, I probably was. You didn't call my name very often.
No. I was trying to think. I'm not trying to be smart. Who were some of the guys on the team?
Reggie Todd,
Gabe
Lasicki.
Reggie Todd.
Yeah, that was my class. Kyle Keaton was there a year before me.
I did call the Bucks that year. DeChellis' last year before he bolted to Penn State.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, the way the story goes is I was looking at going to Penn State, and so I sent them my recruiting tape, and those guys intercepted it, and they said, before you go visit Penn State, why don't you come to Johnson City and visit and see our program and see what it is that we have to offer? And I never ended up visiting Penn State after coming to this fair city.
I kept thinking when you told me Erskine's coming, I was like, Erskine. And so I went back. You were on the team when I called the Bucks last
Number
year.
10.
Did the Bucks play-by-play? So that's cool. All right. So there you are. I want you to sing us one song, and we'll talk about your association with
All
FCA, and then sing another song, and get you guys on up the road. So
Okay.
First song, Christmas song is.
Go Tell It on the Mountain.
There we go.
We'll do the shorter version of it.
This is the Reader's Digest version. Erskine Anavatarte. Here we go.
Here, let's do this. Yeah, that's better. Go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain that Jesus Christ is born. While shepherds kept their watching o'er silent flocks by night, behold, throughout the heavens there shone a holy light. Go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain that Jesus Christ is born. You can sing along there. Down in a lonely manger, the humble Christ was born, and God sent us salvation that blessed Christmas morn. Sing along out there. Go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain that Jesus Christ is born. Hey, lift your hands and cry out unto Him, 'cause He has come to save us from our sin. Go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain that Jesus Christ is born.
All right, there you go. Erskine Anavatarte was song number 1. Good stuff. I love to say that. This rolls off good. Ladies and gentlemen.
See,
Now-
I wish you would have said it more when I was
When you play with
Shooting the
Buck,
ball, asking
3-point shot,
and
and a Batarte for 3. All right, so
that has a ring to it. I
it
love
does have a ring to it, yeah. Who's the best team in college basketball right now?
Oh, see, I got a chance to see Kansas last night. I'm going to say they're not because
They got beat. Washington beat them. You got it.
that was not a sterling game. I haven't seen all the teams, and I was telling somebody yesterday that I usually reserve judgment for about the first month of the college basketball season when things start to settle and
Sure.
people start to
Get
figure
in
out their
conference
role
play.
in the team and get into conference play. But I feel like I've been looking at some of Duke's scores and some of the competition. You know, Duke will be up there, a team that I deeply respect, and you probably called the game when Michigan State came to the Mini Dome. Play. I
Called
remember
it.
playing against those teams. I actually played in those games because we were behind by so many points. I ended up getting in against Michigan State, but I've always respected Tom Izzo because their playbook, having to prepare for that team, was just an absolute nightmare. They run so many sets, and he's such a great X's and O's coach. Seems to get the most out of his talent. So I think Michigan State will be there in the end. We'll see.
What's your take on the Bucks this year? Coach Forbes haven't played there, and they're off and pretty good start so far.
It looks like a good season in store. In fact, it's funny because I do some stuff at the University of Florida. If you're out there, don't hate me because of that. They need Jesus as well. But I was down there. I was down there a week before the college basketball tournament last year, and I said, you know, I just really hope that you guys don't end up drawing ETSU. I said, I know you guys have probably never thought about them, but they're a mid-major that doesn't play like a mid-major. And they ended up drawing ETSU in the first round. And so I was really down there, you know, running my mouth. I was like, hey, you got to watch out for the Bucks. I'm not saying that because I went there, but, you know, great program, turnaround. They've really got some strength in their guards and athleticism on their side. And I said, they're probably going to beat you guys. And that was the last I heard of that.
That's the last you heard of that. There you go. Good stuff. So one more song, and then tell me before we get into the song, what's your biggest memory of playing for the Buccaneers? What was a night, a game, a play that you always cherish playing for East Tennessee State?
So just off the top of my head, it would have to be not the game here against Michigan State, but the game there against Michigan State, because I got in the game and then immediately, I don't know what play we're supposed to be running. But I thought, you don't get a chance to shoot a 3 against Michigan State. Just let it fly.
Let it rip.
And that was kind of my philosophy. It got me grounded a lot. But I just put the thing up, and it went in. And, you know, I just remember enjoying that kind of experience. You get in the game, and then you shoot the ball.
Let it rip, yep.
So that was one of my great memories.
See, when I played, I was a 30-point man. Only time I ever got in was either 30 up or 30 down. And when I got in, baby, I was going to let it rip.
Let it fly.
I made 3 half-court shots in my career because I thought,
There you go.
I'm going to get out there. If I touch the ball, it's a bail. If I touch the ball, baby, it's up. It's gone. And I did.
Exactly.
So I was 30 up, 30 down. I was a 30-point man. So, anyway, Erskine and Batarte, one more song. I know you guys will get to the Speedway.
All right.
What's another Christmas song you want to do?
Oh, we doing Christmas?
Or whatever you want to do.
Um,
Gentleman's choice. You call it.
Well, I think everybody's enjoying Christmas, so we'll keep it with Christmas.
Let it rip.
I've got a Christmas original.
Go for it.
I'm going to just do a truncated version of this called Birth of a King.
Yeah, truncated. Now that's music terms.
Truncated, yeah.
Yeah, some country. That means short. An abbreviated version. Mama used to say, give me the Reader's Digest version. Okay, here we go.
Everybody's looking for a perfect gift. Find bargains on a long wish list. Wanna find something that'll make us feel so alive. Feel our lives. We need to start looking in a different place. Start thinking in another way. Find purpose in the holy babe who was born to save. Yeah, he came to save. Did we know it was the birth of a king? Did we know he came to save you and me? He's the reason everybody sees the light in the world shining bright. 'Cause love has come. Love has come. And when the angels sang that song of joy that day, all of creation was listening. And when we sing that song, we can join along. This is the worship we're giving. 'Cause we know it is the birth of a king. No, he came to save you and me. He's the reason everybody sees the light in the world shining bright. Shining bright, oh so bright. 'Cause love has come. Love has come. Love has come. Love has come.
There you go. Nice job. Erskine Anavatarte. You have a website? You got a CD? Tell me a little bit about
Erskine Music. ERSKIN music.com.
.com. You are traveling with two very beautiful young people. Tell me about these folks traveling with
These
you.
folks are my roadies, and I've hired them for very cheap.
Very cheap.
Because they're my kids.
Like
they will work for food practically.
Chick-fil-A.
Exactly.
Pals.
I need to expose them to pals. I was like, I would be derelict as a father if I didn't expose them to pals.
You got it.
So so they're helping me out. This is my daughter, my beautiful daughter, Jasmine Janie. Hey, can she come into the
Yeah,
screen?
right here, Jasmine. Let's get. Hello, Miss Jasmine. Look at her.
Hey, look
How
at
old are
that.
you, Jasmine?
9.
9 years old. Got your Christmas list ready to go?
Not yet.
All right. Well,
A lot of pressure.
a lot of pressure. 17 days out, and then the young man.
He's coming over here.
He's coming. Yeah.
He's making his way. This is Justin, my son, and he is 10. I'll let you say how old you are.
Hello, Justin. How old are
Come
you?
over here. Stand over here.
How are you, sir?
10.
10 years old. All right. Traveling with Pop. There you go.
So
Good
that
stuff.
I figure they need to be a part of the family business.
There you
and
go.
travel with me and unload stuff and get some
Roadies.
food.
The roadies. ErskineMusic.com.
ErskineMusic.com.
It's a pleasure. So you're going to be around for a while? Is that right? Going for a couple of days? Going to be here tomorrow? Is that
So
right?
we have the luncheon today, and then we have a banquet tonight, and then we have a luncheon tomorrow.
And some other, couple other things.
You feed me the words, and I will say them
you
about
go.
where I'm going to be.
Yeah.
So in case there's anybody that's listening that wants to know.
Yeah, we'll be Bristol Motor Speedway.
Bristol
today.
Motor Speedway. Everyone should know where that's at.
ETSU tonight.
ETSU, the Mini Dome tonight at 6:30.
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow morning live on WCQR.
Tomorrow morning
Awesome.
live on the radio.
Awesome.
Tomorrow at lunch, the FCA board luncheon, and then you're free to go.
There you go.
And then Saturday in Collierville, Tennessee, and Sunday in Collierville, Tennessee, which is on the other side of the state. So
Yep.
I got
Home is where? Nashville?
yes,
Home's
based out of Nashville.
There
There's
you
a
go.
few music people in Nashville,
Just a few.
just a few.
You're awesome, man. Give me some taters.
Yes,
Erskine
I enjoyed it.
Anavatarte. Yeah.
we should talk sports again sometime.
We need to.
Talk the
Anytime.
NBA.
Love to. Talk a little
Yeah.
NBA. Yeah. Celtics for real?
Man, I feel like they are going to have a great season, but I don't see them as being better than the Cavs this year. I think they're a year away. Once Gordon gets back, I think there will be a realignment that happens, but this is LeBron kind of senses the end of the dominance there in the Eastern Conference. And so I feel like it's still Cavs Celtics in my view.
So they play my boys tomorrow night. The Celtics are in San Antonio to play my Spurs.
Okay,
So,
yeah, you love pop ball.
baby. that guy can coach.
I respect him as a coach.
He can enter. I mean, when
Definitely.
Duncan retired, everybody said, man, they're in the tank, and they're 17-8 and hanging right now. So,
And they are.
And
Without
Parker's
Kawhi.
in the twilight, and Ginobili's in the twilight. So now Kawhi Leonard, and great coach. So I know you got guys to get going. So thank you for stopping by.
Thank you so much.
Yep.
I
And,
appreciate it.
He'll give me your contact information. We can call you on the road sometime, talk a little sports on the phone.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
He can become a regular contributor.
That
Yeah.
would be great. I would love
Yeah.
that.
You got 30 seconds, so you got 1 minute. Look into the camera and tell us the importance of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes.
The Fellowship of the Christian Athletes. Everybody is going to have opportunities to think about what difference their life can make. For FCA, it's made a tremendous difference in my life because as a student athlete, I was able to connect with an organization that actually put emphasis on the reason why you're doing the sports that you're doing. God has gifted you with athletic ability and talent, and that is to be used to the glory of God. And just that focus that FCA has and their drive and determination to make the name of Christ known through the platform of sports is a tremendous blessing, and not only in my life, but for all those that have been a part of FCA, their camps, their fellowships, their huddle groups. startups from high school and on down all the way through the college and professional ranks. And so I'm a big supporter of FCA, and just pray for the continuing of that ministry.
You need to can that one. That's like a mission statement right there. All right, I got to let you guys roll and you get to Bristol. Appreciate you, my friend.
Thank you so much.
Yep. Erskine Anavitarte and Steve McCauley. Quick break. We'll be right back. We've got to take a look at college basketball from last night. Carmichael's coming and more here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Blue Lizard Australian sunscreen originated in Australia, where sunscreen standards are the strictest in the world. Although our products are now manufactured here in the U.S., we continue to adhere to the most stringent Australian standards to offer the best in broad-spectrum sun protection. Blue Lizard, the brand most recommended by pediatricians and dermatologists. Our smart bottle turns blue in the presence of UV rays, reminding you to cover up. You bring the sun, Blue Lizard brings the magic.
It's model year closeout with gym employee pricing and 20% off on 17 models at Champion Chevrolet on the Motor Mile in Johnson City. It's a great time to take advantage of closeout savings on our selection of over 300 Chevys to choose from. 17 1500 work truck, $23,995. 17 track, $17,548. 17 cruise, $16,488. 17 spark, $10,950. 17 Malibu, $18,985. Closeout savings, Saturday parts and service hours, and shopping online 24/7 will leave you asking, how do they do that?
Hello, this is Phil Pipkin, owner of Phil's Dream Pit. The holidays are here, and Phil's Dream Pit has the perfect gift idea for you. We have our exclusive Phil's Dream Pit brand of barbecue sauces. 2 16-ounce bottles of original and Sweet Fire in a convenient gift box. A great gift for any coworker, friend, relative. Anyone would love it. And the best part, it's only $10 plus tax. Phil's Dream Pit barbecue sauces, the perfect Christmas gift. Call 349-6437 or at philsdreampit.com. Phil's Dream Pit, the quest for perfect barbecue.
At FCA, we're touching millions one heart at a time. Since 1954, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes has been putting the heart and soul in sports by challenging athletes and coaches to impact the world for Jesus Christ. As the largest sports ministry in the world, FCA now reaches over 2 million people annually on the professional, college, high school, junior high, and youth levels. Through this shared passion for athletics and faith, lives are changed, one heart at a time. Learn more at fca.org.
I can say it all day long. Ladies, now driving the 43 Champion Chevrolet Bristol Motor Speedway, Erskine Anavitarte. There you go. That was neat, man. That was awesome. Thank you again, Erskine, for stopping by. Appreciate that very much. We're live here again at Champion Chevrolet inside the studio, inside the showroom at Champion Chevrolet here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. And again, we appreciate him again coming here very, very much, stopping by here. So let's get up on the other camera because we're going to kind of zoom in here and talk for just a second, talk a little sports, a little college basketball. There we go. And so let's take a look at college hoops from last night. They had 4 games on tap, and 2 of those became upsets last night. It was Florida losing again. The Gators lose back-to-back games. Loyola got them. They go 9-1 to beat the Gators in Gainesville, 65-59. Also last night, as Erskine alluded to, Kansas gets knocked off, the number 2 ranked team in the country. Jayhawks get beat 74-65, again losing to the Washington Huskies, who improved to 7-2. And Kansas falls to 7-1, their first loss, obviously, of the season. Tonight, one top 25 game on tap. 21st ranked Purdue, the Boilermakers at 8-2, playing host to Valparaiso, who are undefeated at 8-0. So that's your only top 25 game from again are going on for tonight. Last night, East Tennessee State gets payback over Northern Kentucky as the Buccaneers turn the tables on Northern Kentucky, as our buddy Doug Fritz says in the Johnson City Press. 84-71 the final at Freedom Hall. Bucks go to 5-3. Northern Kentucky falls to 6-3. Bucks got a big night last night from Devontavius Devontavious Payne, 16 points off the bench, and so Devontavious Payne leading the way for the Buccaneers who win last night. Also, you had wins last night by the Virginia Tech team. The Hokies get a big win. They hammer Radford last night. It was 95-68 for the Hokies, defeating the Radford Highlanders in Blacksburg at Castle Coliseum. Also last night, the Lady Vols set a scoring mark as they rolled to a 131-69 win over Troy for the third highest point total history in the school history of Lady Vol basketball. So 131-69, third highest point total of their storied history again. So the Lady Vols get a big W last night as they hammer Troy into oblivion. 131-69 was the final there. All right, what else happening? NBA action from last night. Who won and who lost? Let's take a look at your winners last night. It was the Cleveland Cavaliers defeating Sacramento by 6. Cavs now 18-7 on the season. Let's see who else. Indiana defeated Chicago. It was a win. Orlando in overtime beat the Hawks. Boston goes to 22-4. They defeat Dallas in Boston 97-90. The best team in the NBA right now record-wise are the Boston Celtics with Kyrie Irving and the folks. Also last night, Knickerbockers get to 500 on the season. New York beats Memphis by 11. Other winners last night, Milwaukee over Detroit. You had New Orleans defeating Denver. Golden State in Charlotte rolls over the Hornets 101-87. Golden State starting to get it together even without the injured Steph Curry. They're 20-6 now for the defending world champions. Also, San Antonio, my Spurs, they go to 17-8. They defeat Miami 117-105. And the Clippers on the left coast defeating the Timberwolves. Minnesota got them, 113-107 was the final there. Tonight, NBA, you have Lakers at Philadelphia, Washington at Phoenix. Also tonight, Oklahoma City in Brooklyn, and the Utah Jazz playing host to one of the top teams in the NBA, the Houston Rockets. Again, taking care of business tonight. They'll try to anyway in Utah against the Jazz. National Hockey League. Let's take a look there, see what's going on from last night on the ice in overtime, or rather in a shootout. Toronto skates past Calgary 2-1. Washington last night over Chicago, beat them 6-2 on the ice. It was Philadelphia skating past Edmonton 4-2, and it was Anaheim shutting out Ottawa 3-0 last night on the ice of the National Hockey League. Tonight, skating Arizona at Boston. Pittsburgh, the Penguins hosting the Islanders tonight in Pittsburgh. Calgary skates at Montreal. Colorado at Tampa Bay. Winnipeg will be at Florida tonight. Dallas skates at St. Louis against the Blues. Vancouver, the Canucks playing host to Philadelphia. Carolina at San Jose. And Ottawa will be in L.A. to skate against the Kings tonight in the National Hockey League. Predators back home tomorrow night skating against the Vegas Golden Knights. Again in Nashville, the Preds 18-7-3 on the season. Tomorrow night the Golden Knights will be 17-8-1. Looking for Christmas gift-giving ideas? Here it is, folks. Here's one of them. This would be the Phil's Dream Pit, the barbecue sauces. Again, beautifully decorated here in a nice little wrap it up and easy to wrap up box. The Sweet Fire barbecue sauce and the Sweet barbecue sauce. Again, two of these great bottles. Again, $10 plus tax. If you know someone who loves barbecue and loves to grill out, right, here's the way to go. $10 plus tax, two 16-ounce bottles of the exclusive Phil's Dream Pit barbecue sauce, Sweet Fire and regular barbecue sauce. Again, both of these in a great gift box for $10 plus tax. And they've been selling a whiz out of these again at Phil's Dream Pit. We'll be there broadcasting live on Tuesday of next week. Also at Phil's Dream Pit, if you're looking for someone to take care of a smoked spiral slice smoked ham or smoked turkey, they've got them. They're going to be taking orders until the 19th, and then you'll pick it up on the 22nd or the 23rd at Phil's Dream Pit off the Eastern Star exit of Interstate 26. And so it goes by poundage for your Christmas or New Year's dinner. Enjoy a spiral slice smoked ham or smoked turkey breast. Woo, had one for Thanksgiving. Out of this world, I'm telling you, it is awesome. Smoked hams, 9 to 11 pounds at $8.50 a pound. Smoked turkey breast at Phil's Dream Pit, 3 pounds at $11.49 per pound. Order by the 19th. Pick it up either the 22nd or 23rd at Phil's Dream Pit. You can call them at 349-6437, 349-6437. I'm telling you, Phil's Dream Pit, the quest for perfect barbecue, it is out of this world. And we'll be there broadcasting live on Tuesday. I can't wait. It's going to be a lot of fun and great, great food. Two places, actually 3 places you can always get folks to come to be on the show. Champion Chevrolet, they love coming over to Champion. They love coming to Chick-fil-A, and they love going to Phil's Dream Pit. So show's always full when we're at these 3 places because folks love to come to these locations. And Food City as well. We'll be at Food City tomorrow on Eastman Road in Kingsport. They're getting ready for the big holiday open house on Saturday at all Food City locations. Again, their annual holiday open house from 10 until 4 on Saturday at all Food Cities. $5 off any party tray purchase totaling $15 or more. Order during the open house events. You get to knock $5 off any party tray you order between 10 and 4 on Saturday. Prepared holiday meals. You can choose from a great selection of fully prepared meals. You can order ahead of time and pick up at the store for Christmas or New Year's, or really any time. Receive 10 times the bonus value points with the purchase of select spiral hams this holiday season, and special holiday pricing throughout the store. All kinds of giveaways. There's going to be door prizes, music. Folks will be doing some singing inside the stores, sampling stations featuring candies and cheese balls and specialty cheese and all kinds of cool stuff going on at all Food Cities. And again, that'll be on Saturday. We'll be at Food City tomorrow. Food City at Eastman Road in Kingsport, broadcasting live there tomorrow. Looking forward to being over there and hanging out with Turtle and the folks at Food City on Eastman Road, and we'll be there tomorrow broadcasting live. Today we're here at Champion Chevrolet inside the studio, inside the showroom here at Champion. We'll take a quick break, come right back, and we'll take a look at some Major League Baseball, some high school basketball, and Carmichael's due to roll in here any minute, be ready to go here on the Tom Taylor Sports Shows. We're live here at Champion Chevrolet, show number 649, and they said it wouldn't work. Here again on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, live from Champion Chevrolet. At American Import Auto Repair in Johnson City, one of the 8 areas of your vehicle that takes constant continuing education is the air conditioner on your vehicle.
Well, you would think that AC would be a simple one, but it's getting to be a lot bigger than just AC. It's the management of the system, not just AC, but heat and everything. It's a lot more computer controlled than it used to be. It used to be just a little button on the dash that you pushed. Now there's all kinds of electronics involved in that. Braking systems used to be fairly simple. Now some of the newer vehicles, you have to have a computer to actually operate the braking system to make sure that it's okay after you've worked on it. Computer controlled of the engine is becoming very important. There's a lot to that. Each one of these areas, the technology is just tripled and quadrupled in the last few years. It's hard to keep up. You really need to stay in the books and know what's going on with them.
American Import Auto Repair, Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111. Blue Lizard Australian Sunscreen originated in Australia, where sunscreen standards are the strictest in the world. Although our products are now manufactured here in the U.S., we continue to adhere to the most stringent Australian standards to offer the best in broad-spectrum sun protection. Blue Lizard, the brand most recommended by pediatricians and dermatologists. Our smart bottle turns blue in the presence of UV rays, reminding you to cover up. You bring the sun, Blue Lizard brings the magic.
It's Friday night at 7 o'clock. You've been involved in a car accident. You may be out of state on vacation or just a few miles from home. What do you do? Who do you call? At Farmers Insurance Group, one call is all you have to make. Hello, this is Jim Klein, an agent with Farmers Insurance. It's called One and Done. You don't have to wait till Monday morning to file a claim. You can make the initial call and we'll begin right away to help you. We assist you in moving the vehicle to a certified repair shop, getting you set up with rental car, and informing your agent. Then here at the staff at Jim Klein Farmers Insurance, we follow the claim through to the end. It's that easy. One and Done. We're your one and done location for all your insurance needs. Auto, home, life, commercial, workers' comp, and bonds. We can help you with all your insurance needs. Give me a call today, Jim Klein Farmers Insurance at 247-5400, your one and done location in Kingsport, 247-5400.
The 2018 Cal Calendar in now for a limited time at Chick-fil-A, The Crossings in North Johnson City. A 20th anniversary retrospective titled Steers of Yesteryear, including a card with a wide range of free food offerings across the Chick-fil-A menu. Only $8 plus tax, but hurry, supplies are limited. Each month gives you the chance to collect free Chick-fil-A menu items. The offers vary each month, but hurry, supplies are limited. The 2018 Chick-fil-A Steers of Yesteryear Calendar on sale now
at Chick-fil-A at the Crossings in North Johnson City.
Back live with the Tom Taylor Sports Show. I ain't Carmichael. That's bad English. I'm not Carmichael, but we're going to get him on here because he's my man, stopping by as he always does on Thursdays, which we certainly appreciate. And there he is. Good afternoon, sir. How are you?
Where did the fall go? I
Yeah,
mean,
really.
it was fall like a day ago, and now all of a sudden it's winter. I mean, I've got a big winter coat out, and it's
It's
like,
going to get colder, too.
I mean, just drop. I mean, it's like going up if you're a professional baseball player and you're hitting off somebody like Randy Johnson for an entire game, and the next thing you know, they bring somebody in like Greg Max who can't hardly break pane glass, and you hit off them next. It's like, you know, that's the same. That's what this has been like the
That's
last
a great
year
point.
or so. Yes, sir.
Because we're talking snow. They're calling for snow in the mountains on Saturday nights. If you're going to be traveling across the higher elevations, you may want to check. I don't know if it's going to be a big snowmaker, but they're talking 1 to 2 inches, which
Yeah,
snow.
And they do, and I'm telling you, for somebody who drives that all the time, they do a great, especially the North Carolina side, they do a great job at keeping that plowed. And it's been so warm lately. The roads are so warm. I mean, they put a little salt out there.
It's going to be okay.
It'll be fine. Yeah.
Yeah. And, you know, folks say, gosh, it's cold. And
It's
it is
December.
cold, but it's December.
It's
supposed to be cold. So, you got your Christmas shopping done?
No, I've got a few more gift cards to buy.
Yeah.
That's all I've got left is gift cards.
Yeah. I've got your present. So, hokey, hokey, hokey. Hi, there's my man Chris McCall's in the house.
I'm sure it's a Joey Logano hat, probably.
Dadgummit. I thought I was going to surprise you. It's
Yeah.
a cheesehead.
Cheesecake Factory.
Actually, it's one of those flags you put on your car. Big 22 going down the road.
Yeah,
Logano
that's
Pennzoil.
yeah.
Probably not. We're here talking to Carmichael. All right, we've got a bunch of stuff to cover here for a few minutes. Eddie Pless joins us at the bottom of the hour. Going to be talking about the Chick-fil-A Basketball Classic coming up in a couple of weeks in Elizabethton. Also, we got our buddy Andy Dietrich, co-owner of Champion Chevrolet, going to join us here in a few. Carmichael's with us. Jeremy Pruitt looks like maybe the man at Tennessee. Not finalized yet. Maybe tomorrow.
6:05 tonight.
6:05 will be finalized.
It's the press conference. They
right.
finalized at the press conference to do at 6 o'clock tonight.
There we go. So Saban has released him. Can Saban hold his feet to the fire and say you got to hang around? Or can he let him go?
He could let him go. That's the thing. Nobody really knows the time being. Is he going to keep him there? Is he going to do like Lane did? You know, is he going to maybe work at Alabama during the day and Tennessee at night? You know, that's to be. I'd say we'll find that out at 6 o'clock tonight.
You like Pruitt? You like it?
I like him.
Yeah, I do too.
I mean, here's the thing. Everybody thinks you got to hire a head coach to be successful. Well, look at the Final Four teams that are in college football. 3 of them, those guys were coordinators. Or actually, 2 of them were coordinators. Dabo was the wide receivers coach.
Mm-hmm.
He was just smart enough to hire good coordinators and know what his strength was recruiting and, you know, building that culture. Most of your successful coaches last few years, other than Saban, were coordinators coming in the position. Even Jimbo Fisher at Florida State was an offensive coordinator before he became the head coach. Mark Heinrich, it was at Oregon, was offensive coordinator under Chip before he became the head coach. I heard a stat. It was a week or 2 ago when all this was happening with Tennessee. It was like of the last 39 hires to the Power 5 conference, only 3 coaches from other Power 5 schools moved from one conference to the next to take the head job. So the trend is to look for the hot young coordinator.
We're talking to our buddy Carmichael. Pruitt's numbers, let's run them down for you. He was Florida State's national title-winning defensive coordinator in 13. Same job with Georgia in 14 and 15. Alabama's defensive coordinator last year and this year, of course. This year's Alabama football team, #1 in the country in scoring defense for the 2nd straight year. Crimson Tide defense also #1 in the country, in the Southeastern Conference rather, against the run, against red zone scoring conversion. So former opts to go to a defensive coordinator to be the head coach. Who's your offensive coordinator?
Well, the story I'm hearing today is
Hugh Freeze?
No, possibly the Clay Helton. I think it's either Clay Helton's son or Clay Helton's brother, who was the co-offensive coordinator with T. Martin at USC.
Southern Cal.
Yeah, is looking to possibly, or I can't remember the gentleman's name that was the offensive coordinator at Arkansas before with Brett Bielema. So one of those two guys. I know looks like he's going to bring Tracy Rocker in, former Auburn star All-American defensive lineman, bring him in to coach the defensive line coaches. The only coach, and don't know if they will keep him, that I would keep on that staff at Tennessee would be Robert Gillespie, who was a running backs coach who did a lot of recruiting, did a great job with Tennessee's running backs. And everybody thinks Pruitt's just a defensive guy. Well, he came up with his first job at Alabama he was running like quality control and like director of football operations. They hired him because this guy was in 2004 was coaching high school football, and now 2017 he's coaching at Tennessee as a head coach. But he can recruit offensive players. He was the one who recruited Derrick Henry to Alabama, so has a good track record everywhere he's been. His players love him. Florida State's not been the same defensively since he left, and I think it's a great hire.
Great hire. If Carmichael says a great hire, then I'm excited about it. Jeremy Pruitt officially tonight, 6:05 press conference in K-Town to announce it. And, of course, that makes Fulmer look like what everybody wanted him to look like, which is the guy can go out and get somebody and get it done within, 3-4 days? When was he named AD?
He was named AD last Friday, and so, guy.
Within a week.
Now he's got to go hire a volleyball coach because the volleyball coach at Tennessee
stepped away. Yeah.
So it's like you get through with one problem, and now you go to another.
Yeah. Rick Barnes, Tennessee men's team, playing pretty good basketball right now.
That is, Tennessee may be the surprise of the year in college basketball all across the country. I mean, this was a team picked 13th in the Southeastern Conference preseason. Well, unless they get a rash of injuries, they're not going to finish 13th. I look at this Tennessee team maybe in a 5th, 6th place team in the conference, and who knows, with a few breaks, could even be even better.
Their big game comes up on the 17th. They got the Tar Heels coming to town next Sunday at Thompson Ballroom. Sellout crowd. So it'll be rocking. The house will be rocking when the Tar Heels come to town. We're talking to Carmichael. Bucks get a big win last night. They avenged their earlier loss in the season to Northern Kentucky, and they're starting to get it together with conference right around the corner.
Yeah, and that's the MO of Steve Forbes' teams is slow build, play some teams, build it slowly because you bring in a lot of transfers from different places. College basketball has really becoming more of it's either one and dones, like some schools like Kentucky, like Duke, 4-year teams, maybe like a Gonzaga or somebody like that, or transfers. I mean, it was like last year there was 800 kids that transferred in NCAA basketball from one team to another at the end of the year. So a lot of transfers all over the place. It takes time for those players to develop some cohesiveness.
NASCAR, Kurt Busch still not signed. Matt Kenseth may be rumored to take that seat. Stewart-Haas Racing and Busch all said even as late as the awards dinner last week it's going to happen, but still nothing. Each day clicks off, I'm thinking less and less chance of Busch going to come back.
I do too. I mean, they didn't want to pay him what I think he thought he deserved. And with Matt Kenseth, you get lesser headaches, and I think at least as talented a driver, if not maybe more talented a driver, and you put him behind the wheel of a Stewart-Haas car, and I think you could see what he would have a great year.
Plus, knowing Matt Kenseth over the years, sponsors love him. This guy works. I mean, he's sponsors delight with his Dollar General or whoever's been on his car. They love this guy, and he is all about getting out and shaking hands and meeting people and doing the meet and greets, and so that helps too because he's very what's the word I want to use?
He's very fan friendly.
There you go. Very fan friendly.
And with Kurt Busch, you never know what day he's going to be fan friendly. I have met him once at he was doing a charity. He was a charity bartender. It's probably been 8-9 years ago. And a friend of mine hated Kurt Busch. I said, if I pay you $10, you might have to take a picture. He was nice that night. So the one time I did meet him, he was nice. But I've heard other instances where he can just be a horse's patoot.
Yeah. So, very affordable to the very accessible. That's what I want to use. Very accessible to the fans. Matt Kenseth. We'll see about that. We're talking to Carmichael. We're live at Champion Chevrolet. Andy joins us coming up here in just a few minutes. Bottom of the hour, we'll be joined by 80 Plus by phone. Talking about the Chick-fil-A Basketball Classic in Elizabeth later on this month. Big band. They got a couple of stud teams coming to town. Memphis Ridgeway's coming to be in the Chick-fil-A Classic in Elizabethton, which has been a powerhouse of basketball here in Tennessee for many, many, many years. All right, baseball. Giancarlo Stanton. Where's this guy going to end up, do you think?
You know, the Marlins have told him, if you come back here, we're going to trade off players. His destination, he wants to go to Los Angeles. And he's trying to get there, you know, the best way he can. Right now, the Marlins can't make a deal with the Dodgers. The Dodgers have been, if they can get people to waive their no trade, I read a deal yesterday where it was Adrian Gonzalez, Brendan McCarthy, and it might have been Alec. It was another pitcher. And they'd have to throw some young players in there. But, you know, the story I also saw, it also said that the Marlins really weren't interested in taking back a lot of salary. In his case, a lot of old, dead salary. So we'll have to see what happens. Does it go? Do they make a deal with the Dodgers? Does he opt out of his contract? Because I believe next year or the year after, he can opt out as a free, in that long contract. He can opt out as a free agent and then try to go to Los Angeles. And next year the big free agent is Bryce Harper, and everybody knows he's going to break the bank. Okay, do the Dodgers take a chance on, say, you know what, we're going to pass on Harper and try to sign Stanton? So kind of a game of chicken between Stanton, the Marlins, and a couple of other baseball clubs.
Shohei Ohtani, two-way Japanese star. Where's he going to end up, do you think?
Somewhere on the West Coast, probably Seattle or San Diego. San Diego made a great pitch to him yesterday. Wouldn't be surprised if he ended up there. San Diego's also been rumored in the Eric Hosmer sweepstakes. Will Myers said, who's the star in San Diego right now, said he would move to the outfield if it would allow the Padres to sign Hosmer. So I look for the Japanese player to end up. He shot every team down on the East Coast. He wants to play somewhere closer to Japan.
The team's got the most money to go out there and get this guy if need be. Is the Texas Rangers. They got $3.5 million to spend if they need to get this guy. Of course, the Mariners on the left coast. It's a big area for. It's a big population of Asian citizens in Seattle.
That's why Suzuki Ichiro signed there. That was the big thing. The reason when he came to America, he went with the Mariners.
Talking to Carmichael, we just throw stuff at him. He has no clue what we're going to talk about. That's why this guy's so good. Love him on the show. It's a treat to have him. College hoops. Who's hot? Who's not right now?
Well, Arizona has not been hot, but they won a game the other night. They were on I think a 5 or 6 game losing streak, and I think maybe that could have something to do. They're not playing well, and I don't know if it's just they're a young team trying to build chemistry or the fear of the sanctions from the FBI and everything coming down on them, because they're one of the programs that everybody's trying to investigate. Kansas lost last night to a bad Washington team. I mean, that's not a very good win. Loyola of Chicago, probably their best win since they won the '63 NCAA, winning last night.
Over Florida. Lost twice.
And now Florida. You know, the SEC, right now the best team I've seen in the SEC has been Texas A&M. They surprised West Virginia early in the year. Kentucky struggled a little bit. I think A&M may be the team to beat in the SEC this year.
NBA last night, Cavs go 18-7, beating Sacramento. Golden State gets a win in Charlotte. They blew out the 101-87, blew out the Hornets.
I watched that. That was, no Curry, no Draymond Green. It was basically Durant and Iguodala and a bunch of subs, and they led by as many as 20. They led by as many as 26. Charlotte came back, cut it to 11. Looked like they were going to make a run in the fourth quarter, and then Golden State was able to run it back out and win by that margin.
Spurs, I keep talking about, they're quietly 17-8 without Kawhi Leonard, without Parker, without Ginobili. Of course, Duncan's long gone, but they beat Miami 117-105. They got the Celtics tomorrow night in San Antonio.
That will be a very interesting game. Celtics have been probably the hottest team in the NBA this season so far. And, all San Antonio's wanting to do is just get Leonard healthy, get Parker and Ginobili back, and be able to come in a decent seeding in the final in the bracket at the end of the year, and then make the run in postseason.
We're talking to Carmichael National Hockey League winners last night: Toronto, Washington, Anaheim, and the Flyers. A pretty good slate tonight. The Preds back home tomorrow night to skate against the Vegas Golden Knights. So
James Neal, played with the Predators the last 2 years, was a fan favorite, scored a lot of goals in Nashville last year. Has went to Vegas, started out hot when he went to Vegas in the expansion draft. Be a nice homecoming for James tomorrow night in Nashville.
Look at some of the teams with the better records. You've got the Islanders 16-9, got Winnipeg 17-7, the Kings 18-8.
But the Central Division leaders right now, you're Nashville Predators.
Nashville Predators 18-7-3.
Yes.
And then 18-8-2 are the St. Louis Blues.
Right behind Winnipeg and St. Louis, right behind them. Winnipeg finally has started with the young talent they've got. They've got a lot of young goal scorers. Finally have started to put the former Atlanta Thrashers. It makes me so sad when I see Winnipeg do so well. It's like I could be watching them play in Atlanta. And going to watch a hockey game, I went to a lot of games in Atlanta as well as Nashville. As far as actually sitting, the arena itself, Phillips Arena's, Bridgestone's nice, but to me Phillips was a nicer arena. But it never had the atmosphere that Bridgestone has. It was just there. And even when Atlanta was a contender in 2006, 2007, it just never got the feel. One day they'll tell the story about that was a sad story. Hockey should have went over in Atlanta. Soccer is big. We saw the United this year. Had crowds of 70,000 people, bigger crowds than sometimes the Falcons this season.
That speaks volumes right there. We're talking to our buddy Carmichael again. It is a busy, busy time. What's going on with the Parks and Rec?
We have started youth and adult basketball this week. It's been going on. Still, if you're looking at maybe wanting to sign up as a referee or scorekeeper, come by our athletic office here at Wing Deer Park. We'd be glad to have you. If you're at least 16, can pass a background check and have a little bit of knowledge about basketball. And also tomorrow is the flash sale. I want to remind everybody for the Daddy Daughter Dance. Daddy Daughter Dance will be Saturday, February 3rd. Tomorrow only, from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. at the Memorial Park Community Center. You can get 2 tickets for $15 or 3 for $20. Normally the tickets are $10 a piece when they go on sale in January. But we are doing a flash sale tomorrow, a nice maybe little stocking stuffer for Christmas that you can get tickets for you and your daughter or daughters. And it's 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock. But also this year we're doing for special needs students, we're doing a dance starting from 5 till 6.
Also, before I let you go, the update: tonight's City Commission votes on Buffalo Valley Golf Course, and then also what's the latest on the proposed sports complex in Boones Creek?
I'll know more about the sports complex. We meet again next Wednesday with the county, or scheduled to meet again. Actually have a meeting at 4 o'clock with the commissioners, talk a little bit more about land and everything. And Buffalo Valley will know more officially tonight. There's talk, there's been a proposal, but nothing official till the commission, till they put those 5 votes on the table tonight.
There you go.
So by sometime, probably 8:30, 9 o'clock tonight, we'll know the fate of Buffalo Valley.
It could be closed, could be sold, could be retained by the city. I guess that's your 3 options, right?
Yes, that's the 3 options that we're looking at. There was a consultant that came in that recommended we close, but that's just a recommendation. The city may look at it and say, well, maybe we can do something with this as far as golf, or maybe we can, if we can't do something as far as golf, maybe then we put it on the market to try to sell, to look at, hopefully maybe being able to sell that land to a private developer, and maybe the money from there take to help purchase property to help with the sports complex.
Pine Oak's okay?
Pine Oaks is doing okay.
Yeah.
We do. There's a lot of events. Everybody thinks, well, Pine Oaks is just a golf course. Well, there's a lot of cross-country runs that happen at Pine Oaks. They do some disc golf out there. They've done the ball, what I call it, soccer golf, where they cut the holes of the greens, play like 9 holes, and cut the holes of the green big enough to kick a soccer ball in. And then you kick the ball, like at number 1 tee, you kick it as far as you can. Then it's just like golf, but you're using a soccer ball doing it.
What's it called?
I think it's soccer golf. I've seen it on YouTube, and we've done a couple of tournaments with it over there.
There you go.
Do a lot of events. Pine Oaks is a multi-purpose facility to do a lot of events there.
Website is
www.myjcparks.org.
Next week, back in?
Yes, yes, sir. I was trying to remember. Next Thursday's our Wall of Fame dinner. Next Thursday evening at 6 o'clock. And unfortunately or fortunately, the part of the hosting duties got handed down to me, so I'll be
emceeing.
Well, not MC, I guess co-emceeing with Harry Gibson. I'll be handing out awards, but they like to get me they like for me to do the awards because I'm like Mariano Rivera. I get in there and get it done. Like I don't need very many. I'm like Greg Maddux. I don't need very many pitches to get it over with.
Get it over with. There you go. Good job. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Quick break. We'll be right back. We've got him ready to go. The co-owner of Champion Chevrolet, our buddy Andy Dietrich, joins us next here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
At FCA, we're touching millions one heart at a time. Since 1954, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes has been putting the heart and soul in sports by challenging athletes and coaches to impact the world for Jesus Christ. As the largest sports ministry in the world, FCA now reaches over 2 million people annually on the professional, college, high school, junior high, and youth levels. Through this shared passion for athletics and faith, lives are changed, one heart at a time. Learn more at fca.org.
It's model year closeout with gym employee pricing and 20% off on 17 models at Champion Chevrolet on the Motor Mile in Johnson City. It's a great time to take advantage of closeout savings on our selection of over 300 Chevys to choose from. 17 1500 work truck, $23,995. 17 track, $17,548. 17 cruise, $16,488. 17 spark, $10,950. 17 Malibu, $18,985. Closeout savings, Saturday parts and service hours, and shopping online 24/7 will leave you asking, how do they do that?
At American Import Auto Repair in Johnson City, one of the 8 areas of your vehicle that takes constant continuing education is the air conditioner on your vehicle.
Well, you would think that AC would be a simple one, but it's getting to be a lot bigger than just AC. It's the management of the system, not just AC, but heat and everything. It's a lot more computer controlled than it used to be. It used to be just a little button on the dash that you pushed. Now there's all kinds of electronics involved in that. Braking systems used to be fairly simple. Now some of the newer vehicles, you have to have a computer to actually operate the braking system to make sure that it's okay after you've worked on it. Computer controlled of the engine is becoming very important. There's a lot to that. Each one of these areas, the technology has just tripled and quadrupled in the last few years. It's hard to keep up. You really need to stay in the books and know what's going on with them.
American Import Auto Repair, Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111.
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
Your life is always changing. You never know what shape it will take, or how your financial needs might change. But if we talk about your investments and how they can provide for you and your family, the future becomes clear. At Wells Fargo Advisors, we believe conversation leads to financial clarity. Let's start a conversation today.
Back live with the Tom Taylor Sports Show. He's here. There he is, our buddy Andy Dietrich's in the house, co-owner of Champion Chevrolet. Good afternoon, sir. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. We got us a new football coach. They'll announce it at 6:05 tonight. Jeremy Pruitt will be the new football coach of the Tennessee Volunteers, and so we'll have more about that tomorrow. Trying to bring in some staff. I gave my man Carmichael's got his ear to the ground. So Tracy Rocker, former All-American and big-time star at Auburn, may come in and do the defensive end or defensive line or end coach. Looking for an offensive coordinator, an OC, and a DC defensive coordinator. So
T. Martin's not coming.
Don't think he's coming. Gruden's not coming.
I'm not going.
Lane's not coming, and I'm not going. You're not going.
No, I'm not going.
No, you're staying.
I was going to go, but
Tim talked you out of it.
Tim. Well, and Fulmer called me last night and asked me my opinion on this guy, and I said, let's just do it.
Let's do it.
I mean, 9
Pull
other
the
people
trigger, make
turned
it
it
happen.
down, and this guy's willing to do it. Let's do it.
Make it happen.
Let's jump. You know, every morning when I come in here to work, since we put the tree up, it's like a sigh of relief when I see that 16-foot tree hasn't fallen over on that Corvette over there. Because I think he could do some damage.
I want to show this 16-foot tree right there. How about that?
It's real.
Oh, it's a real tree?
We haven't had a squirrel jump out of it yet. But it is leaning a little bit, but it did take, they cut 2 feet off of it upstairs before they brought it down. And I saw them coming down, they had 6 guys, and it was on a forklift.
Really?
Bringing it in here. And it was a mess to get up there.
Now, do we know where we got it?
It came out of Boone, North Carolina.
There we go, Christmas tree farms.
Hand picked by my resident tree expert.
And that would be who?
I can't tell you that. Don't worry about it. But I have a tree person. That I call him up and I said, hey, I need a tree.
Need a tree.
I need the big mama tree.
Tell me about these 2 puppies right here in the showroom. I got 3 puppies. I got a white one and a charcoal gray one and a red one.
Well,
right
this
here.
first one's a red 18 Grand Sport convertible. Perfect time of year to put the top down, especially today. The gray one beside of it's a Z06 2018.
Mm-hmm.
They are sitting still, but they look like they're flying.
Mm-hmm.
And I put a big red bow on the hood of the gray one over there.
Mm-hmm.
And it'd be a nice stocking stuffer for somebody. If you've got a special somebody, this is the car you need to give them.
Do we have 17 vets in stock?
A few left, yes.
There is a reason I'm asking, because we got a great price that's been extended. Tell us about that.
Oh, well, and I've got, I forgot we put this up on the website. We've got up to $13,000 off on select 2017 Corvettes with Corvette owner loyalty.
Really?
So up to $13,000 off select remaining 2017 Corvettes with Corvette owner loyalty. So you got to own a Corvette to qualify, and that extra money gets us to the $13,000 off MSRP.
Awesome.
So it's a big deal. We're not really in Corvette season, but it's funny, we've sold 3 Corvettes in the last 2 weeks, new ones.
Yeah, in fact, I was in there last week, and Tim was showing. A guy came in, was looking at it, got serious about it, and Tim said he's going to take one out of here. So that's the name of the game. That's why we're here, to move vehicles. It's the #1 Chevy dealer in the state. Nobody sells more Chevys in Tennessee than
over the last 10, 11 years.
Over the last, not just 1 year, last 10, 11 years.
Total, if you added them all up over the 11 years, we've sold more than anybody.
Wow. Should I go ahead and hit it? You go ahead and hit it.
Cha-ching.
There we go. You been to Speedway and Lights yet?
No, I've got to go. I've got to go. The kids are asking.
Hounding you. Dad,
yes.
Let's go.
What we do, we go to Panera Bread, and we get a big, you can get a box of hot chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
It's got that pour thing, like a tap on it, like a beer tap. Not that I know what that is. But you got that, and you get some little goodies and snacks, and then we just go pile up in the car and go early and go through them all, and then we go into the infield there and ride the rides and freeze our rear ends off.
There you go.
And have a big old time.
That's it. And get back in the car, turn the heater on, come home.
Yep.
And say we've been to Speedway and Lights.
We did it. We conquered.
Yep. Pinnacle Speedway and Lights, powered by TVA. It's awesome. And so it's going on again every night from 6 to 10 at Bristol Motor Speedway.
They've had people veer off and run over the lights before.
You're kidding me.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you do that?
I think it's just paying attention, accident, texting. Think you could turn around or something.
I mean, they plow through the lights?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. So I'm going to go up, I think, next couple of weeks and sell tickets to one of the little booths. I'm going to hang out up here and volunteer. I think it'd be cool. Get a chance to say hello to some of the fans and be cool. So, employee pricing on all 2017 Chevy vehicles.
It was only select last month. This month, it's 2017 Chevys across the board.
Yeah. We're 7 days in. What are some of the different Chevys you've sold so far? You mentioned vets.
Oh, gosh. We're still selling a bunch of trucks. They've got all the 17 trucks up there have employee pricing on it. And one thing they've added this month, which has helped, because we already have a bunch of 18 trucks in. They've put $9,000 off on all 2018 Silverado 1500s that are either the LT package or the Premier package. They've also got $7,000 off all 2018 Silverado 1500s. I need to write in there crew. Both these are crews, sorry.
I can take that with me.
Yeah, this is yours.
Thank you.
LS and work truck package. So $7,000 off 18 Silverado 1500 crews, LS and work trucks, and $9,000 off 2018 all Silverado 1500s crew, LT and Premiers. So we've got big money off on 17s, and then they put big money off on these two different versions of the 18 Silverado. So we're just going to keep on rolling.
$9,000 off all 2018 Silverado 1500 Cruise LT and Premiers.
Sorry, I can't write.
$7,000 off all 2018 Silverado 1500s Crew, LS, and work trucks.
Work trucks.
There you go. And then if you're a vet owner and you want to come in here and wheel and deal on a new Corvette, if you have a registration in your name of a Corvette, you can get up to $13,000 off. Wow.
Select 2017 Corvettes.
Picking panel last week, it was a whooping. It was a smackdown.
Yeah, I got the
down.
snot beat out of me.
Yep.
And I fell down, and he kicked me again.
Yep. You know, when I've come in here, Mr. Copenhaver has not. I said, man, congratulations. And he just smiled real big. And I guess, you know, it's like Joe Namath said when he got ready to beat the Baltimore Colts back in, 67, said, if you can back it up, it ain't bragging. And he's not said a word. He put the hammer on you twice.
He did.
Yeah. The final one of the year, too.
We
may do one more for the bowl games.
We need to.
Yeah, we may make it the big Grand.
But he likes. He doesn't really. I mean, I wouldn't call it studying, but he knows his football, and I don't.
Right.
And when I beat him, it's bad.
It's bad.
And
you know, the two times you won this year, the whole staff here couldn't believe it. Said, Andy won?
Yeah.
How did he win? How did he do that? I said, I don't know, because they know that Tim normally wins because Tim knows football.
But yeah, gosh, there was a lot of. I missed a bunch last week. It was embarrassing. I knew. I started looking at those scores. And I was like, oh, boy.
Missed that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Mr. Copenhaver's two-time champion, and, of course, he's lost weight. So I don't know what kind of treat would he like. If I brought him a treat now, because he needs a good treat. He does pumpkin pie or cookies or what would
bananas. Bring him a bushel of bananas.
I'm not bringing him bananas.
Yes, he eats bananas for breakfast.
Tim, if I brought you bananas for winning the picking panel, is that okay? Is it really?
See,
I never know when to take Andy serious. So he said, bring, huh? So I thought you were just being Andy. So
or unsweet Pal's iced tea with extra ice and 5 sweet and low. He'll take that too.
There's Miss Teresa up there.
Yeah, she's
a jewel. Now does Haley?
She's definitely a jewel. Look at her rolling her eyes. She is an awesome mother-in-law, and I have to work with my mother-in-law every day. Every day.
Yes.
Who has to do that?
Not many.
But it's
good.
We've survived. It'll be 11 years in February.
It's a good thing.
And she hadn't killed me yet, and I hadn't killed her. So it's all good.
It's all good.
It's all good.
Does Mrs. Dietrich like your beard?
Well, you know, she would never say anything. I finally, I was debating. I was taking the kids to school the other morning. I think it was Monday or something. I said, "Okay, guys, I need to know. Should I shave? I need to get a hair. This is the longest I've had my hair out without being cut." And I said, "Should I get a haircut? Should I keep the beard? Should I lose it?" And the kids are like, "Get a haircut, but leave the beard." Well, I went home that night and told Haley, and she goes, "No, you're not going to cut your hair and leave your beard. Just leave it all alone." I said, "So you're saying you like it?" She goes, "Yeah, I kind of like it now."
Cool. Hey, let it grow, man.
God.
Hey, come on.
I don't think I can go as long as you.
Let it roll. This one's getting ready to get snipped.
I could grow a mullet, though. I'm just kidding. Which coach was that? The Oklahoma that they're after? The guy had
Mike Gundy.
Yeah, he has
Oklahoma
a mullet.
State's got a mullet. Yeah.
No, I'm not going mullet.
No.
Run me over if I do that. Lord have mercy.
So right now we got some wintry weather coming.
Do we?
Yeah, they're calling for some snow up in the mountains
I thought
this
it
weekend.
Well.
So trucks kind of speak for themselves. If you are looking for a vehicle that goes in the snow in the Chevy brand, what would you recommend?
Corvette. Put some chains on that tires and just go. give it some gas, rip it up.
It just blow through the snow.
And I mean, take the top down. It's got a good heater on it and heated seats. I mean, just go pick your date up in that with the top off of it and see what she says.
That's it. We're going to the whatever Christmas,
where are we going with
wherever we're going, whatever Christmas event going on. We're going to go with the top down tonight. Be a little different. So
yes,
put you a scarf and toboggan on. Here we go.
I can see that's like I hear the record screeching to a stop. I would say something else, but we're on the air.
Yeah.
I got to be polite.
We got to be polite. So, anyway, we're here live at Champion Chevrolet inside the studio, inside the showroom here at Champion. So, we will be open all the way through Christmas
Eve.
Through Saturday.
Christmas Eve is on a Sunday, and we're closed on Sundays, and we'll be closed Christmas Day, but open back on Tuesday the 26th.
Yes, the final day of business will be Saturday the 23rd. Closed Sunday and Monday.
Yes,
back open on
my
Tuesday.
wife's birthday is the day after Christmas, so I've got to make sure it's 2 separate days. I can't give her, like, here's a Christmas present, but it counts as your birthday. It doesn't work that way.
You gotta
she warned me that, like, on the first date.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So she double dips, as they say. She gets Christmas and birthday.
You know, a little blonde-headed girl runs in here. It's Christy's little girl. Her birthday is on. She'll be 3 on Christmas Day.
So she gets double dip too.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
That'd be tough.
From what standpoint? Tough for people who have to buy, or tough?
It's like you know, I've been spoiled because I've got a birthday and Christmas. You can celebrate 2 days, and then you get your birthday on Christmas, and it's like same day.
Mm-hmm.
That's my opinion. And I've got a lot of opinions, and they're not all correct.
Tim, help. It's just we're
digging that hole.
All right, before we go, we're going to get Eddie Pleston on talking a little basketball.
Did you get my Christmas present yet?
Chick-fil-A. Yes, I did.
Okay, good.
Yes. You still wear extra small?
Yes.
That's good.
Muscle shirts.
I'm talking right there.
And Daisy Duke shorts.
That's it. I caught it on sale, extra small. You'll like it.
In fact, you'll see me put that shirt on.
What's that Tommy? If I bring it in here, you're going to put it on. Yes.
What's that Tommy Boy movie? He puts on on what's his name's coat, and he goes, "Fat boy in a little coat," and he goes, "Oh," like that, and rips the whole back of it out. That'd be me.
That's it. He's ripped and buffed.
It's
now,
not because I'm big; it's just my muscles. I'm saying.
It.
Let me back that up.
That's it.
Yeah.
There you go. Gala. Want to talk about that? Of course, Tiffany will be in here next Thursday. The Gala. We got those tickets.
January 27th. It'll be at the venue in downtown Johnson City. You can buy tickets to go to it if you want to go to the Gala. And we will have the drawing at the end of the night. But if you can buy a raffle ticket, you do not have to be present to win. And we will be selling them. I usually will. All the other places stop selling them the day before that Friday, the 26th, but we usually sell them up till 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon of that Saturday because I grab what I have left and take them down to the Gala. But you do not have to be present and win. They're $50 a piece. They printed 4,000 tickets, so I mean, if they sell all 4,000, that's it. And the grand prize is you get to pick one of 3 cars: a Chevrolet Silverado double cab, or a Cadillac ATS, or a new body style 2018 Chevrolet Traverse. So you get your grand prize. You pick one of those 3 cars. It's yours forever. It's not a lease. And then you also have a second, third, and fourth prize. They'll draw out 3 more people for $2,500. Or excuse me, what is it? I don't have it in front of me.
I have it right here.
Is it $2,500, $1,500, and $500, or is it
$1,000? Pull out of the live copybook, and there we go. We have $2,500, $1,500, and $1,000.
Okay. Yep. Those are your 3 drawings after they do the grand prize for the truck. But the name will be drawn out probably close to 10 o'clock that night, and we will attempt to call the person live from the stage with the microphone there with everybody in the Gala listening. It's a really neat deal, and we'll put it on speakerphone and see if they answer and see their reaction. And it's like, you know,
how many people go, yeah, right?
We really haven't had that. You've had, what? Really? You know, they're no, you're making it up, you know. And I've been waiting for somebody just to hang up on me.
Yeah.
You know,
or just rip into a beep beep beep
yeah.
beep. Are you beep 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 kidding me?
I mean, it is late at night to call somebody on a Saturday night. And you know, you got 500 people sitting out here listening to the phone call. It's a neat thing, and We used to, when we first started, we only gave away one car as a red Cadillac CTS, and we'd tell people, get your pajamas, come on down here, and we've had them show up at the thing to see their car
in their PJs.
Yeah, but now it's 3 cars, and we just call them and tell them to come over on next week.
Get a car, pick it up.
Yeah,
it's awesome. Again, and it's a vehicle that you keep permanently. It's not one of those you got to turn back in. They throw
100% goes to Niswangers.
Yep. 100% of the $50 goes to Niswangers. We had Lisa in here last week. Great interview. She said, "I want to come back. I had fun over here." I said, "Okay, we have fun at Champion
Lisa's
Chevrolet.
a good lady. She's doing great things for the Children's Hospital here.
We have fun over here, Champion, don't we?"
We do.
Yeah.
When we start.
Every Thursday. I love coming over here and hanging. And his face today was priceless when I went in and pat him on the back, said congratulations for a beat down of Andy.
It was a beat down.
He was grinned. That's all. And of course,
it's the worst beat down I've had.
It wasn't even close. He blew him out of the water. I think he got like 1 right, maybe 2 right. 9 out of 10. Mr. Copenhagen smoked it again. I'd have to go back and look. So these are the championship games. You took Memphis, I think, instead of Central Florida. I think that's the one. That sound right? No? Well, he missed one. Boise State. That was it, I think.
I probably missed that one, too.
And he got 1 right. I'll just go ahead and
How do you go from like 10 out of 10 one week to 1 out of 10?
How can you dominate for 3 weeks in a row and come back and get 1 right? So,
woo.
Yeah. I mean, we're talking from the...
How do they do that?
As Daddy used to say, from the big house to the outhouse pretty quick. Just a slide down. All right, last question here. I've got somebody out there that's watching or listening that needs a vehicle that may be a newlywed. Know some folks newlywed and are expecting, so they want to kind of get a little bit bigger vehicle. What would you recommend?
I would say 2 things. I would either say a Chevrolet Malibu 4-door sedan. It's about the Honda Accord, Toyota Camry size. It gets over 30 miles per gallon, 5-star safety ratings, 4 doors. Great all-around car with all the bells and whistles you can get on it. Also, if they wanted to go maybe didn't want a car but sort of the same price range, go to a 2018 Chevrolet Equinox. It's the mid-size SUV. Does not have a 3rd-row seat, but it has seats for 5. And you can get in the 4-cylinder, gets over 30 miles per gallon in the front-wheel drive.
The Traverse you're giving away. Who would be in the market for a Traverse?
Oh gosh, somebody's got 2+ kids.
Okay.
Because she's got a 3rd-row seat. You can get it in either 7-passenger configuration or 8-passenger configuration. So, even if you have 2 kids, occasionally you've got to carpool kids to the soccer game or play dates and stuff, and it's handy to have that 3rd-row seat. It folds flat into the floor, but you just pop it up, and you've got 3 more seats in the back.
Speaking of what sports, your kids more into basketball now?
Basketball starts tonight.
Both of them playing?
No, my daughter's just doing dance and sort of like gymnastics, and that's her.
And the little guy's basketball.
He's basketball. He finished soccer about a month ago, but he's doing John C. Parks and Rec.
Hoops.
Hoops.
Are you coaching?
No, my coaching days are numbered. I coached soccer for about 3 years, and it's hard to do this and do that, and especially when a couple nights a week I close here, so it's hard to get to practices, and you always have to find another dad or his mom to step in. And I just said, let's let somebody else.
That's it.
I'll help.
There you go. I'll help, but let somebody else coach
Yes.
it. All right, one more time. We have employee pricing for the month of December. Employee pricing on all 2017 Chevrolet vehicles. Employee pricing would mean that we're going to get it the same price you would get it.
Yeah,
as
if you're
an
up there building an engine in the engine plant in Detroit, if you wanted to go buy a Chevrolet vehicle this weekend, that's the price that you would get if you worked at the factory.
There you go.
And it's offered to every single person that sets foot on this lot.
And all 2017, everything across the board.
All Chevrolet 2017 Chevrolet vehicles.
Got them in stock. Everything we need.
In stock.
Everything on the nameplate is here. We got Impalas, Malibus,
Sparks, Sonics.
Got them all.
Yep.
Traverses.
Traxxas.
Trax. Got them all. Anything.
Suburban Tahoe.
There you go. Anything Chevrolet nameplate on them, 2017, get the employee pricing through the end of the month. And you told me typically the week after Christmas, this place rocks. People get
Yeah,
their Christmas
it's
money.
Christmas money. People have businesses have to spend. The accountant says, "Hey, you've got this money here. You're going to have to pay taxes on this profit, unless you go out and buy a vehicle.
Spend
you
it.
buy an asset for that business. It's something you can write down. So that we get flooded with businesses wanting to buy cars too, and then some. Or you've got a guy that's on the road all the time for the business he works for. They'll tell him to go out and get another car.
Mm-hmm.
So it's usually, and a lot of people are off too. That helps. A lot of people take off from Christmas and New Year's, and a lot of free time on their hands. And it's a great time to buy a car. There's great discounts, great rebates, great financing still. Interest rates are still super low. It's just a great time to buy a vehicle here at the end of the year.
Champion Chevrolet, championjc.com. Check them out on the web. You can do your shopping at home, and then once you get what you need and what you want, and you can even get financed. Find out how you can even get financed on the website.
Yeah. We've had a couple people today send in applications to our website, and they can get you approved before you even get in here.
There you go. ChampionJC.com, open Monday through Saturday, and the service department open on Saturdays as well. Closed on Sunday to go to church or whatever you need to do on Sunday. So it's all good. Love coming over here. It's a lot of fun.
What was your name again?
Fred.
Okay, Fred
Flintstone.
Well, I'm glad.
Yabba dabba do.
You've done good for your first time here.
Thank you. I can come back if I pass the test.
Yeah, probably. Maybe 6 or 7 months. You can
That's
come
it.
back.
Come back and do it again.
Yeah.
So you're being serious before I go to the break here. Mr. Copenhagen, for winning the picking panel, wants bananas.
He wants bananas.
Tim, you want any other kind of fruit? I mean, you want a fruit basket? I mean, you won. I mean, as bad as you beat him, we got to get. You just want bananas, apples, pears, peaches, anything, yogurt, huh? Bananas. We'll get him bananas. Bananas will work. That'll work. He is the. Well, let's do one more pick and panel during the bowl season.
Yeah, we need to. I need to redeem myself.
The grand. Or embarrass
I can't
yourself
finish
again.
at 1-10.
No, that was not a good week last week, Mr. Dietrich.
I was a little rusty.
Yes, you were. Take a quick break. We'll be right back. We'll go to the phone and talk to Eddie Pless. The Chick-fil-A Basketball Classic got some stud teams coming to town here in the next week or so. We'll tell you all about that next year on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City takes care of both male and female customers, but owner Kim Smith says they have a special care and concern for ladies.
Being a female in what's considered a man's business, I understand the trepidation that women may have when they come to the shop. They feel like they don't know about cars, they might be intimidated, but that's not the way we do business. Everybody's treated the same. We take the time to explain anything that they have questions about, the repair, the process, the part. We want to make sure people are comfortable with what we're going to do to their vehicle and that they understand. We do cater to women in a sense. We have a real nice waiting room with nice Keurig coffee and flavored creamers, air-conditioned, cushioned seats, TV, everything a girl could want while she waits for her car to be fixed.
American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111.
This holiday season, those of us at Phil's Dream Pit here would like to make it easy for you to entertain your guests and visitors with our Dream Packs to go. We have pork, chicken, or brisket, and the sides. All Dream Packs come with 3 sides, the buns or toast, and the sauce. We can do these value packs from anywhere from 4 up to 50 to 100 people, just depending on how many you have to feed. Call about the Dream Packs to go at Phil's Dream Pit, 349-6437.
If you're catching some waves or just playing in the yard, it is important to protect yourself. You may not feel the sun's heat, but UV rays can still damage your skin even in cloudy weather. Blue Lizard Sunscreen, recommended by pharmacists and dermatologists nationwide. Our SPF 30-plus formulations use only the highest quality ingredients for broad spectrum protection. As a reminder to protect yourself, our bottle turns blue when UV light is present. Blue Lizard. We've got you covered.
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
And we're back with the Tom Daly Sports Show. Let's go to the phonies there. Eddie Pless, again, the tournament director of the Chick-fil-A Classic coming up soon in Elizabethton. Good afternoon, sir. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Just fine, sir. Before we get into that, tell me what's going on with Bo Pless playing for the Milligan College Buffaloes. How's Bo's season going so far?
The record's not great, but they've lost their two second-team all-conference guys are both hurt. Look like they'll be redshirt. Tyler Nichols, who's from here in Elizabeth, and then Jacob Kaywood. They've both had significant things, and it looks like they'll redshirt. So they're playing pretty well, but they lost their two key cogs. So somebody's got to step up. But they upset a team that was receiving votes, being ranked in the top 25 on their court last Saturday down at Allen in Columbia, South Carolina. So things are looking up, and Bo's plugging right along. He works hard, nothing flashy, but hopefully steady enough to help him out.
He has to wear his daddy's hat first, and so that's a daddy speaking about his boys playing for Milligan, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong about bragging about your boys. So
I'm proud of him. Yeah,
absolutely. Chick-fil-A Classic coming to Elizabethton High School this month. Tell me about it.
Okay, it's Wednesday the 20th through Friday the 22nd of December, doing a pre-Christmas tournament this year. 8 teams, 4 local, Sullivan Central, Chucky Doak, Happy Valley, and Elizabethton. And then 4 teams that are coming quite a ways away to play. We've got University School of Nashville out of Nashville. We've got Concord First Assembly out of Concord, North Carolina. Lighthouse Academy out of Antioch, Tennessee, down next to Nashville. And then Ridgeway High School from Memphis, Tennessee, coming to play. So we're looking forward to seeing some people that we don't get to see very often and see the style of ball that they play.
Yep, and so Memphis Ridgeway has been a powerhouse in Tennessee basketball for years, and these guys usually come with a good basketball team wherever they come, and whatever year they come, they're usually loaded.
Yeah, they're appropriately named the Road Runners, and I'm sure they'll get up and down the floor. They were 25-8 last year, and lost to Memphis East in the region semis. Of course, Memphis East, one of the best teams in the country. They're 2-1, so we can find right now on their record. They hosted a tournament. There weren't any scores posted there, but I think they did really well in that tournament. So we know they're going to be awfully good. Lighthouse out of Antioch is a prep school. They're 9-2 right now, and they've obviously got a really good team. Got a 6'10" kid, Haram Smologic. And then they've got a guard, Parker Dillon, number 10, who seems like he kind of makes them go. But that's who we'll actually open up with. And so it'll be a challenge for us, but we're glad that, that level of competition is coming. It'll only make us better.
And then the other 2 teams are coming in as Memphis Ridgeway, Lighthouse Academy. The other 2 teams, Concord First Assembly. Is that correct?
Yes, Concord First Assembly. Again, they're a private school. They play in that prep league in North Carolina, which is obviously one of the best in the state of North Carolina. They won a state championship 2 or 3 years ago, and their roster's pretty, impressive. They got 7 kids that are 6'4" or better. 6'8", 6'6", 6'6", 6'5", and 3 6'4". And I know they have a recruit that's. I think Memphis and Tennessee are both after, I believe, Stephen Idoka. He's a 6'5" senior, strong forward, 2-guard type player. So it'll be really fun to see them. Know they'll be well coached. And then the other is the University School of Nashville. They were 19-12 last year, 11-1 in one of the better private school conferences. They've struggled some this year. They're 2-5. But when you see everybody they play is a ranked team, they're going to be well prepared, coming in.
All this going on again at Elizabethton High School, the 20th, the 21st, and 22nd is going to be a lot of fun. And so tickets, how much are the tickets going to be? And
they're $5. $5 come and see 4 good games for one price, good concession stand. Great place to watch a game, just, the back seats with the armchairs. It's a great place to watch a high school game.
4 games a day on the 20th, the 21st, and 22nd. They'll crown the champion on the 22nd, correct?
Yes.
Yes. Good job.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, that'll be. And game times are 3:30, just like a regular. 3:35, 6:30, and 8.
3:35, 6:30, and 8. I'm writing all this down here. So, again, you got your 4 local teams: Sullivan Central, Chuckey Doe,
Yes.
Cappy Valley, and the host school, Elizabethton. Out-of-town teams: University School out of Nashville, Concord First Assembly out of North Carolina, Lighthouse Academy out of Nashville, and Memphis Ridgeway, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
There you go. Great job. All right.
That is correct. I think it's the strongest field that we've had. So.
Absolutely. It's going to be a lot of fun, some great basketball, and, of course, it's perfect timing in between Christmas and Thanksgiving, and so it's all good. Eddie, thanks for checking in with us, Coach. I appreciate you very much, and, hey, I'll talk to you soon, all right?